Hello and welcome to another edition of Straight from the Training Ground, the podcast where we share our love for the beautiful game and the people out in their communities doing beautiful things. And as you know, over the last couple of years, we have been very passionate here about trying to support everyone, just as I kind of mentioned, out in their communities doing beautiful things regarding the game of soccer, who may go unnoticed from time to time. And as I've stated many times on here, I'm also a high school coach and a club coach, and I've been a high school and a club coach for 20 years or so now. And in the last 24 or 48 hours here, the United States men's national team and U.S. soccer in general has become quite the controversial topic. And the reason for this podcast is not to bring on any guests or have any kind of a discussion. The reason for our podcast today is because I feel it's necessary at this point in time, and I feel there's no better time than now to discuss the current situation of soccer in this country. And the reason I feel so passionately about that is because, as someone who loves soccer, grew up playing soccer in this country, um, as many of the people we've had on our podcast, over the past couple of years have done so as well. We go through this situation every couple of years when a big tournament comes around. Usually it's the World Cup, and the typical sports fan, the average sports fan, my friends, my buddies will come to me and ask me about soccer, and they'll say, why, for example, what's the downfall of the women's national team all of a sudden? We always dominated the world, right? What's now obviously in the last day or two, the Greg Berhalter situation, the men's national team, the Copa America situation, and all that stuff. It's on Sports Center. It's on Colin Cowherd. It's on national TV. It's all over Twitter. It's all over social media. And then it will go away for a couple of years. And then people like myself and many of you will also continue to follow soccer and watch soccer. However, this situation and these questions will come up again. And so that's why I feel very passionately about putting this out right now. And again, this is by no uh, means an attack on club soccer, the pay to play model, all those kind of things are a whole different discussion in this country. They've been going on for 30 years or so now in the United States. I coach club myself. I believe club can provide some good things for kids in our country. However, what I am passionate about and is the fact that we automatically exclude so many other kids in this country, which we will get into here in a minute. I also want to say that by no means am I going to, you know, go online anywhere or post anything wanting coaches to be fired and all these kind of things. I do think that there needs to be a change within U.S. soccer, but I also think there needs to be changes within U.S. soccer categorically as an entire organization, from the top all the way down to the bottom. And this is no better time than right now to regroup and to refocus after what has just went on in the last, like I said, few days with the men's national team throughout the Copa America. So with that being said, I want to go through a few important items of note that I have come across the last couple of days in terms of statistics and things I think people will find rather interesting in terms of some facts about soccer in this country. In 2018, I believe, there was an article published from the U.S. Soccer Foundation website, which you can see right now, that after a troubling report around the 2018 World Cup, when France played Croatia, the youth numbers and participation in soccer were down quite some time. And so just to get into some of the statistics from that article, as you could see, um, I put together some notes and some topics because I feel like it's very important for everyone to understand that this is not just a rant or any kind of I don't want to be too opinionated. I feel very passionate about the fact that there are so many things that we could do a better job of in terms of soccer in this country. So with that being said, we'll go back to this initial report where you can see that in 2018, the U.S. Soccer Federation stated that participation was down. They began an initiative. They stated that youth soccer participation was down some 600,000 players throughout the country. They started a program called Soccer for Success, which was an after-school program geared to interact and get more kids involved in lower economic areas. It was an after-school program, and their goal was to get 100,000 players to participate in this program in the near future and to break down some of the barriers, some of the financial barriers and those kind of things to get more kids involved in soccer in this country. Their goal was that in 2026, which is only 2 years from now, was to provide 1,000 safe places for kids to play soccer and to engage 1 million youth players in the United States. So again, that is coming from the U.S. Soccer Foundation, and that is in 2018. If we move ahead to 2019, USYSA, the United States Youth Soccer Association, reported that approximately there were about 3 million youth soccer players in the U.S. at that time. Fast forward to 2023, and an article posted in the New York Times where they used statistics provided through Sports Engine that participation was reportedly down, like we said, 14% down to 2.3 million from 3 million. It was also stated in this article that youth soccer lost more participants than any other sport in the U.S. during this time. The average family income in the United States in 2023 was reported to be $74,000. The average family income of youth soccer players was reported to be $100,000 or more. This group of families and youth soccer players where the average median income was $100,000 a year comprise of 35% of all youth soccer participants in the United States. Furthermore, this is one of the most startling statistics to me that I'm very passionate about. The U.S. population of ages from age 6 to 17 in 2023 was 50 million people. So let's just say 25 million boys, 25 million girls, whatever, between the ages of 6 and 17. 2.3 million played soccer as of 2023. And again, I want to state that that is what is reportedly registered soccer players playing in some kind of an organization throughout the country. So with that being said, I come back to my original point, and my math is not very good, but that comes out to about 4% of all kids in this country playing soccer. Now, I find it very hard to believe that out of every 100 kids in the United States right now in 2024, with as much as soccer is on TV, the growth of the MLS, NWSL, the USL coverage on ESPN, for example, the Champions League games that are constantly on TV and social media now, a million times more so than 10 or 20 years ago in this country. The Premier League, European games, so on and so forth. I find it very hard to believe that only 4 kids in every 100 are interested in playing soccer in this country. If you go back to the men's national team, for example, or the women's team, and you're looking at a roster, let's say 20 people are on a roster, just for easy math. Let's say the average age span is roughly 10 years. So that means there might be someone on that roster that's 20 years old. There might be someone on the roster that's 30 years old. Let's say there's a 10-year gap there. You're talking out of 20 players, two people in each age group, 2 boys and 2 girls that we can't produce to play at any kind of a respectable international level. And again, I'm not on here to say that I'm one of those people that expect us to dominate because we're the United States of America and we should dominate at everything. And I'm not saying it's realistic in the near future to always compete with, the Netherlands and France and Brazil and Argentina and Italy and all these, countries that have a rich soccer tradition. I'm not saying that by any means. I am, however, very passionate about the fact that I feel that we can do better. And it starts with the fact that we automatically eliminate 2/3 or so of the kids in our country from having soccer opportunities because of the financial makeup and the way things are structured in this country. ODP, the Olympic Development Program, I've had interactions with it as a coach and as a parent. It's antiquated. It just is. I'm not saying it needs to go away. I'm not here to make a big debate about it, but it's antiquated. Things need to change in this country. And furthermore, when you look at other countries, when they've had a bad run, a bad spell where someone does not meet their expectations at a major tournament, they revamp things. They revamped their entire program top to bottom. Just look through the history books in the last 10, 15, 20 years of football nations who have always had success. And when they didn't have success, they regrouped and they said, this is simply not good enough. We're going to revamp our entire program all the way down to youth, our coaching education, so on and so forth, because we have to do better. And in this country, like I said, I find it hard to believe that only 4% of kids of all ethnicities that live in this country are interested in soccer. So, with that being said, I just want to remind everyone out there a little bit about what this podcast and what we try to do, where it always stems from, and what our passion is. Because, like I said at the beginning, I feel that there's no time better than now to remind everyone of that, because we're hosting a World Cup here in 2 years from now. And the time is more important right now than ever to refocus and to provide more opportunities for kids in this country to play soccer. My good friend Michael Dublis and I, if you're unaware, have started something, a movement, if you will, an initiative called the Soccer Neighborhood. By no means is this an advertisement or anything for anyone to get involved with that. But if you are interested, look up the soccerneighborhood.com, our website, and where we try to promote anyone out in their communities providing free or very low economic commitments required for kids to participate in soccer and to fall in love with soccer. When I grew up, I did not have the opportunity to play on big club teams. I didn't have the financial ability to do those kind of things. I grew up like a lot of kids, kicking a ball against a wall. And that's where I learned to love soccer. I learned to kick the ball around and juggle in the front yard. And that was it. And I find it hard to believe, again, that we can't find more kids in this country to draw a bigger base, to have an overall pool of quality players that will eventually get to the top of the pyramid and provide a respectable, again, not a dominating force or anything by that of that nature, but a respectable men's and women's national team at the world level consistently. Um, I also want to go through just over the last year or so, since we started the Soccer Neighborhood, the last 6 months actually, some of the amazing groups and people that we have met just through social media and different contacts who are out there providing some of these opportunities for kids as we speak. Street Soccer USA, if you're not aware what that is, a major organization. They're popping up in a lot of major cities throughout the entire country. A great organization providing soccer opportunities like this for kids. If you're not familiar with them, please check them out. I'm affiliated with them as well. I'm proud to say that I am. With Street Soccer USA, my good friend, like I said, Michael Dublis, the Soccer Rebellion in Michigan, providing great things. He is currently on a summer tour through MLS and Dick's Sporting Goods, providing soccer opportunities and street soccer tournaments to various cities throughout the country. People like Love Peace Football, Bridge Barcada, Street Soccer Columbus, Dribble Pickup app. If you're not familiar with that, is for all your iPhone users. The Dribble Pickup app is out there. It's free, and it provides you with opportunities to just look on an app on your phone anytime you want to find a pickup game anywhere around you. Ohio City SC, Chula Vista Pickup, Cleveland Pro Soccer, who are putting in a bid for a women's NWSL team in Cleveland, Ohio, who are also in cahoots with Ohio City SC, trying to do great things, provide soccer opportunities for kids in their neighborhoods. Northern Kentucky Street Soccer, Detroit Equal Pitch, Chicano Futsal, Barebones Soccer, Cincy Street Soccer, Inner Cincy SC, a free club opportunity in Cincinnati, Ohio, which has been a part of our podcast, and they provide free opportunities for kids. They've grown exponentially just in the last 2 years. North County Football in San Diego free pickup, free the game. World Street Soccer, the Ogden Football Community, Coastal Outreach Soccer, United West Football Club, Urban Soccer Park, the Redlands Pickup, El Sereno Futsal, and Saturdays Football Chicago, along with my friend Ryan Wall, West Virginia Highlanders, providing club soccer experiences for kids in Wheeling, West Virginia at a very minimal price. So again, I think it's very important for everyone to continue to play club if that is what's best for your kids, your family. If that's what you want to pursue, there are great opportunities within some of that framework. But again, this opinion and this expression of my passion is geared more towards the other 2/3 or so of the kids that need soccer opportunities in this country as well, because I find it very hard to believe that there are not kids in lower economic urban communities, situations out there that would be out there right now kicking a soccer ball around somewhere on a playground, on a tennis court, and they just need a little organization. They just need a group of people to help them get involved in some kind of an organizational form of soccer. And again, as a country, we need to do better. If you're interested in communicating with us or anything else that we can do to help out, again, please contact us here at our podcast, Straight from the Training Ground. And again, check out our the Soccer Neighborhood, our website, where we try to do everything that we can to promote providing soccer opportunities for everyone. And again, as a country, more importantly than ever right now, leading up to a World Cup here in the United States 2 years from now, the time is more important than ever before to provide opportunities for kids to play soccer in this country and to, more importantly, do better. Until next time, Straight from the Training Ground. Check out our friends at Duke Brand FC for all of your coaching needs, notebooks, and more. Visit our friends at TractionSocks.com for your grip socks.